when I was 7, I was in a gang. There were 3 or 4 of us, and like any good gang, we had a rival gang, 3 or 4 other kids. We would fight because my gang felt that the other gang did not behave in a sufficiently respectful manner towards the teacher. We were like a childish vigilante gang. So this was in Riga, the historic capital of Latvia. That's right, we lived on the corner of Lenin and Engels streets. If you're thinking John Lennon, you're thinking of the wrong one. So in Riga, the blocks, if you imagine a sort of a square city block, on the outside is big apartment buildings, like the one we lived in. And in the interior of the block is a kind of courtyard where you have garbage and rats. Occasionally the government is distributing toilet paper. And we would go to have our fights. Look up communism, you'll find out. So, now I should say, I don't believe that violence is an effective solution to problems. And for me in particular, when I was in 8th grade, I got in a fight with my best friend. I punched him in the face. I saw him at school the next day. He didn't have a mark on him, but my hand was swollen and purple. But apparently during one of these 7-year-old fights, I landed a lucky punch and knocked a kid's tooth out. Now, keep in mind, we're 7 years old, and this is Soviet diet and Soviet dental care. This tooth could have fallen out by itself. I might have had nothing to do with it. Nevertheless, the kid showed up at home without a tooth, you know, whistling. And his grandmother was very upset, and she interrogated him in a KGB-like manner. Who did this to you? And he gave up my name, the little stool pigeon. So she looked us up in the phone book and called my parents and yelled at them, told them that they were unfit parents and or human beings, that their child was a thug. And you have to understand that this is Russians. They're, you know, this is the people of Dostoevsky and Tolstoy, Pushkin and Nabokov. Just calling me a thug is not going to be... It lacks a certain creative extremism. So, what she said was, your son is the kind of child that grows up to kill Indira Gandhi. Which I think is unfair, because Indira Gandhi was killed by her bodyguards, and no one in their right mind would hire me to be a bodyguard. But that is how I earned my family nickname, the Killer of Indira Gandhi.
You really caught us off